Hello everyone, welcome to the Playwright Python test automation series. In this series, we will understand how to automate the web application from scratch. So, we will begin with a basic Playwright and PyTest to moderate level. And at the end of this tutorial series, you will be able to make your own robust automation testing framework using Python and Playwright. So, let's dive in the first lecture of this series. In this video, I am going to cover some topics like why to choose Playwright for test automation and how Playwright is better than the other automation tools that are already present in the market. And I have decided to go with a Python programming language for the test automation. So why I have decided to go with the Python, I will show you in the upcoming part of the video. After that, I will show you how you can set up the Python and Playwright on your Windows and the Mac. And at the end of this video, we will write our first test automation code. There are a lot of automation tools that are present in the market. Still, I have decided to go with the Playwright because Playwright is a powerful open source tool to automate modern website and applications. And it comes up with the most important features like it supports multi-language. You can automate your test script with the help of Python, JavaScript, and Java. And the most important feature that makes Playwright different from other automation tools is its automatically waiting mechanism. Suppose you open the website and after that you want to interact with one of the elements from that website. So in the Playwright on the backend, it will wait for the element to appear and after that it will click on it or do the interaction that you want. But in the different automation tools, you have to write code for it. And Playwright also comes up with their inbuilt methods like inbuilt logging, screenshot, and videos. You can take the screenshot at the starting of the website or at the end of the website or at the time of interaction of the element or before the interaction of the element. So these are all inbuilt features that are provided by the Playwright, and there are some tracing methods also. So these methods helps in the at the time of the debugging of your website, and you can test your whole website on the different browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and the Edge by giving only a single command on your terminal, and the Playwright will do all the things for you. Now we are going to see the comparison between the three automation tools, which are Playwright, Selenium, and the Cypress. And the first feature is test language support. In Playwright, you can write your first test script using JavaScript, Python, Java, and .NET. In Selenium, you can use JavaScript, Python, Java, C, Ruby, and other languages. While in the Cypress, it supports only two languages, which are JavaScript, TypeScript only. And the second feature is built-in test runner. Yes, Playwright have its own built-in test runner. In Selenium, it does not have its own. For that, you have to download other tools. While in the Cypress, they have their own built-in test runner. And the third feature is browser support. You can run your own automate file on different search engines. In Playwright, you can use Chromium, Firefox, WebKit, Safari search engines or the browsers. In Selenium, they don't support browsers. So for that, you have to download the web driver for each browsers so that you can run your test script on different browsers. In Cypress, they support Chromium and some features with the Firefox. And the most important feature, that's why the Playwright is better than the other automation tool, is auto waiting mechanism. Playwright have their own auto waiting built mechanism. So Playwright at the backend wait for the element to appear and do the interaction with it. But in the Selenium, they don't have their auto waiting mechanism. So you have to write at least 10 to 15 lines of code for it. While in the Cypress, they have their own auto waiting mechanism. And the next feature is code generation tool. Yes, Playwright have its own, which is known as Playwright Code Gen. While in the Selenium, they don't have their own code generation tool. In Cypress, they have, but it is only limited to their user interface. And the last feature is parallel execution. You can run many test cases simultaneously in Playwright, while in the Selenium, To run many test cases simultaneously, you have to create one config file, while in the Cypress, they don't support parallel execution. Now I want to show you why I have decided to choose Python with Playwright for test automation, because Python is widely used and Python has a large market share and it is high in demand. And for the beginners, it is very easy to learn because its syntax are like the plain English. And the third main important point is that most of the companies hire the person who have the knowledge in Python, because sometimes the same person have to work for the AI and also for the testing. So for the company, they don't have to hire two different person for the two different tasks. After that, we will download the Visual Studio Code and the Python for the MacBook users. Now we are going to check the Python and the Visual Studio Code, that whether it is installed in our operating system or not. For that, you have to normally give the command to check the Python 3 space dash dash version. So you can see here on the screen, like if you get a result like Python 3.13.5, that means you have already installed Python in your operating system. And for the Visual Studio Code, this is an IDE application that helps us to write our test code and also helps in debugging the test code. And for that, to check in your operating system that it is already installed or not, you have to normally give the command code space hyphen hyphen version. And if you are getting a result like 1.101.2, so it means you have already installed Visual Studio Code in your operating system. And those who don't have, don't worry, follow me. I will help you to download all these things from scratch. Now we are going to download the Python, and for that you have to open the Google Chrome, and in the Google Chrome you have to type download Python. And after that you have to click on this first website, down www.python.org. And okay, and now we are inside the website, and you can see here like there are different Python versions for different operating system. So you can choose according to your operating system, and I am using the MacBook, so I am going to download Python for macOS. And you have to click on it, and now you can see here like there are different Python versions. So I am going to download the latest one. So you have to click on this one. After that, you can see here we have started downloading, and the speed is quite good. And so it will hardly take 8 seconds, and we have downloaded it. After that, I am going to open it to install. And you can see here like there are different instructions we have to follow to download it. And after that, you have to click on the continue, and there are some instructions that if you want to read, you can read. And after that, I am going to hit again continue, and there are different releases about all the things, the license. And so I'm going to again hit the continue, and you have to agree on it to install it. And this is about the space that are required to install the Python. And after that, you have to click on the install. And after that, I have to like provide the code to install it. Okay, we have started downloading the Python in our system, and all the things are like running code. And yeah, we have downloaded it successfully. Then we have to download the Visual Studio Code for our operating system. For that, you have to normally again open the Google Chrome and type download VS Code. And you have to click on the first one. After that, according to your operating system, you can download it. And I'm going to download it for the MacBook. And you can see here we have started downloading it. And it is around 223.7 MB, and it will hardly take like around 30 seconds. Now I am going to open the Visual Studio Code, and you will get the user interface like this. And if you want to choose Copilot with the Visual Studio Code, then you have to tick on it. After that, in the second option, they are asking for the theme, and you have to select one from it. And I have selected the dark modern. After that, I am going to the next section, and there are like code extensions. And code extensions are required, like you have pre-installed Python in your operating system, and now you have one IDE which is Visual Studio Code. And after that, To connect the Python with the Visual Studio Code, we need one extension according to the language that you are going to use. So for that, there are numerous extensions, and when you click on it, you will get the extensions list. And I have to download one Python. So it is pre-installed in my system. But if you don't have Python extension in your Visual Studio Code, then you have to normally install it. And after that, I think we are just clicking on it, and you have to click on this mark done, and after that you can go on the next section and mark done. I think we are now ready to go. Now we will download the Python and the Visual Studio Code for the Windows users. Now we have to check that whether Python is available on our operating system or not. For that, we have to open the terminal, and in the terminal you have to give the command Python space hyphen hyphen version. And if you are getting a result like Python 3.1, 3.5, that means you have already Python in your operating system. And after that, we need one IDE, and IDE stands for the Integrated Development Environment, and it is an application that helps us to write the code and also helps in debug the code. And today we are going to use one IDE, and that is going to be a Visual Studio Code. For that, we have to first check that whether it is available on our operating system or not. For that, you have to give the command code space hyphen hyphen version. And if you are getting a result like 1.102.2, that means you have Visual Studio Code in your operating system. And those who don't have, don't worry, follow me. I will help you to download it. Now we will see how we can download the Python in our operating system. For that, you have to open the Google Chrome. And in Google Chrome, you have to type download Python. And after that, we will hit on the first website. And there are different Python versions available for the different operating systems. So you can choose according to your operating system. I'm going to choose for the Windows. And after that, I'm going to download Windows Installer 64-bit for my operating system. And it may take hardly 7 seconds to download. After that, I am going to install this Python in the operating system. It may take some time. And the installation window appears. And the first option is the install now. And after that, there is the location of the Python file where your Python file is going to be saved. And at the downside, you can see the two check boxes. And we are going to tick on the last one because we need this location to be saved on the environment variable. And the environment variable or the system variable is the place where we keep the location of all the applications that we want to access from anywhere in our operating system. So I'm going to tick on it. After that, we will install our Python and we will hit the install now. And the installation process started. It may take some time to install. And we have successfully installed the Python in our operating system. And after that, we are going to install the Visual Studio Code in our operating system. So for that, you have to type download Visual Studio Code. And after that, we are going to hit on the first website. And after that, you have to download the Visual Studio Code according to your operating system specification. I'm going to download for the Windows. And the downloading process is started, and it may take some time to download. And we have downloaded it successfully. Now I am going to install it. After that, you have to hit on the accept the agreement. And this is a location where the file is going to save, the Visual Studio Code file. After that, it is asking for the program shortcuts, and there are some tick mark. And again, there is one important point, like I'm want to add the Visual Studio Code on the desktop icon, and add to path is the same. We are going to add the Visual Studio Code path on the environment variable or on the system variable so that we can get the access from anywhere. After that, you have to hit on the install button, and the installation process started. After installing the Visual Studio Code, you will get the interface like this. And in this, you have to select some of the options. Like if you want to choose the Copilot, so you can click on it. After that, you have to choose the theme. I am going to select the Dark Modern theme. And after that, I am going to hit on the next section button. After that, there is one, again, the important point, code with extensions. Like we have Python and we have one IDE, which is the Visual Studio Code. Now we want to connect the Python to the Visual Studio Code. For that, we need one extension according to your language that you are going to use for the coding. So we are going to use the Python for that. And so we have to install the Python extension for it. Now I am going to search the Python extension. And we have to install it. It may take some time to install. And we have installed it successfully. I think now we are good to go to write our test code. After installing, you all will get the interface like this. And from that, we will start writing our test code. You will all see the interface like this. And after that, we have to create one folder where we keep our files. So I am going to create this folder from the terminal. So I am going to open it. And after opening the terminal, you have to first check how many folders are present inside your current folder. For that, you have to give the command ls, and this ls will provide the list of the folders that are present inside the current folder. After that, I want to create the folder. So you have to give the command mkdir, and mkdir stands for like making of the new directory or the folder. After that, you have to give the name of the folder, whatever you want. So I'm giving the name test playwright. So I have created this folder. Now I want to move inside this folder. So for that, you have to give the command cd, and cd stands for the change of directory. After that, you have to give the name of the folder that you have created. Now I am inside the folder that I have created. After that, I want to open the new Visual Studio Code window from this present folder that I have created. For that, you have to give the command code space start. Actually, this is a shortcut to open the new Visual Studio Code window from the terminal. So I am giving this command, and in few seconds, you see the new Visual Studio Code window. After that, we need one virtual environment because there are a lot of dependencies that are already present in our operating system so that they don't conflict with each other. So for that, we have to create the virtual environment, and for that, you have to again open the terminal, and in the terminal, you have to give the command python dash m, and m stands for the module. After that, you have to give the name of the module and the name of the folder where you want to keep these VNV files. I mostly use VNB, name of the folder. After that, you can see in this side that we have created the VNB environment, and this is a folder. And in this folder, there are all the files that are related to the VNB environment. After that, we have to activate the virtual environment. Now I am going to activate it. For that, you have to give the command VNB, the name of the folder that you have created, scripts, and activate. Now you can see in the terminal that in the parentheses there is a word VNB, and it shows that now you are inside the virtual environment. After that, we need one Python file to write our test code. So I am going to create that file. For that, you have to give the command new item and the name of the file that you want to give, any name that you want to give. So I am going to like test first code .py. So you can see here we have created the Python file, and now we are ready to write our test code. And the test code is going to be same for the Windows and the MacBook users. So follow me, and we will write our first test code. Now we will start writing our first test script using Python and the Playwright. Now you all will see the interface like this. After that, I am going to create one folder where we keep all our test automation files. So I am going to create that folder from the terminal. So I am going to open it. And after opening the folder, you have to give the command like first I am checking that how many folders are present inside it. Like there are 8 folders, and I want to move inside one of the folder. For that, you have to give the command cd, and here cd stands for change of directory. After that, you have to give the name of the folder where you want to move in. So now I am inside the desktop folder, and I want to create one folder inside it. So you have to give the command mkdir, and here mkdir stands for like making of the directory or the folder. After that, you have to give the name of the folder, what you want. So I am giving the playwright test, the name of the folder. So I have created this one, and after that I am going to move inside this folder. For that, you have to give the command cd playwright. Now I'm inside the playwright test, and now I want to open the new Visual Studio Code window. For that, there is one shortcut. You have to give the command code space dot, and this is a shortcut that opens the new window for you from your current folder. So I am giving this command, and you can see here now we are inside our new window, and I am going to close this Copilot option. And now we are going to create one virtual environment, and why we require virtual environment is because there are a lot of dependencies that are already present in the operating system. So they don't get conflict with each other. So that's why we created the virtual environment. And for creating the virtual environment, you have to normally give the command Python 3 -m, and here m stands for the module which we are going to install or download. And we are downloading the virtual module. And after that, you have to give the name of the folder where you want to keep these virtual files. So I mostly prefer to use the VNB name. And you can see here we have created the virtual environment, but to activate it, we have to give the command source. And after that, the name of the folder where you kept the file. So all the files of my VNV are inside this virtual VNV folder. So I am giving the name of this. After that, you have to give the win, and at the last activate. So you can see here like inside the parentheses there is one word BNB, and it shows that now we are inside the virtual environment, our isolation environment. After that, we need the playwright to automate our test script. So we are going to install it. So you have to give the command pip install playwright. So it will install all the things for the playwright, and we have downloaded it. And actually here is comes the important point. Like, this playwright only contains the test automation script. It does not have the browsers. So for the browsers, you have to download the file separately, and for that you have to give the command playwright install. So this command will download all the browsers for you. Actually, I have pre-installed in my operating system, but when you give this command playwright install, so it will start downloading all the browsers for you. And it may take some time because the files are in the large size, so it may take some time. So now I think we are ready to write our test script, and for writing our test script we need one Python file. So I am going to create it one touch, and the file name I am going to give is test run.py. So I have created this Python file, and after that we require one class playwright and one function. This and the name of the function is synchronize playwright, and this synchronize playwright function help us to automate the test script. So we are going to import it from the playwright library. So we are going to write the code for it from playwright library, and inside it there is one synchronize API module, and from it we are going to import sync playwright function and library playwright and library sorry, not library, and this is the our class. So we have imported the function and the class. Now I am going to write the function. After that, I am going to give the name of the function run test. After that, in the parameter, you have to give one parameter, and I'm going to give the name playwright, the name of the parameter, and you can give any name what you want. But I want to suggest you one thing, like if anyone comes to see your code, and how he will get to know about it if you use any of the word other than the playwright, that this code is related to the automation. For that, we have to give the hint to the Python extension and also the Visual Studio Code that this code is going to be related to the playwright. So for that, you have to give this playwright. So the visual this Python extension will get to know that this script is going to be related to the playwright, and anyone who comes here to see your code, and at like on the single view he will get to know that this code is related to the playwright automation. So that's why this here in the single playwright, small playwright, you can use any word whatever you want, and this shows that this is related to the playwright class. After that, to open any website, we need first the browser. So first we are going to call the browser playwright dot, like there are different options, Chromium, Firefox, and many. So I am going to use the Chromium, and after that you have to launch this Chromium browser. For that you have to give the command code launch. After launching is there is a requirement of one, I will say, parameter, and the parameter is like headless. If you want to see the interaction on your screen, then you have to give the headless equals to false. And if you don't want to see the interaction with your website that you want to open, and you want to run all these things at the backend, then you have to give headless equals to true. But we want to see the interaction on our screen, so that's why I'm giving headless equal to false. So after like calling the Chromium browser, we had to create the incognito mode type environment. So for that, we have to write the code. First, I want to store this into one variable browser. After that, we are going to create the incognito mode environment. For that, you have to write the code browser dot new context, and here new context means is like the new incognito mode environment. I'm going to store into one variable, and the variable name is going to be context. And after the context, we are going to open the new page in this incognito mode window. For that, you have to write the code context dot new page. And I'm going to store into one variable, and the name of the variable is going to be page. And after that, we are going to call the website. For that, you have to give the URL of the website, and I am going to use Popular Soft company URL. So after that, I'm going to close the browser. That for that, you have to give the page.close. So in this, all the steps, first we launch the Chromium in the headless equal to false. That means we will see the interaction on the screen. After that, we have created in browser dot not new context, we have created the isolation environment. This is just like the incognito mode. So it does not have any history or not any caches. After that, in the third line, like in the we have created our new page, and after that we call this URL, and after that we close the page. So for all these things, to run our test, we have to give the command. I mean, we have to call our function. And there's one more thing, like we need to create the object of the playwright class so that we can access all these things. Otherwise, it will throw the error. So for that, we have to use the context manager with, and this context manager will call the synchronize playwright function. And after doing all the stuff, it will close the synchronize playwright function. And I'm going to create object of this synchronized playwright function, and indirectly it is calling somewhere playwright class. So it is directly we are creating the object of the playwright class. So we are giving the name playwright so that it is easier to understand. And after that, I'm passing the argument playwright, and this playwright is the object of the playwright class. So I think we are ready to run our first test script, and I am going to save it. And after that, to run this test run file, you have to give the command python 3 and the name of the file that you want to run. And you can see here live that we are opening the Poplosoft website, and all the things are working good, and we have successfully written our first test script. Now you can see we have successfully write our test script, and it is working fine. And in the upcoming series, I am going cover all the topics of the playwright in the deeper way, and you will get to know all the things from like basic to moderate level about the playwright in the upcoming series. So subscribe our channel to get all the latest update about this playwright series. Thank you for seeing the whole video.